Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Sports with the old guy Rick and the young guy Jack. Hello, Mr. Young Guy.
Hello,
How
sir.
are you?
Wonderful as usual.
I know you want to talk about us older gentlemen first, and that's how you want to start the show. He's been talking about. Well, I'll let him tell you about the older guys and the relevancy and how we really we got a little more going than people think we do. What do you want to talk about first? Go ahead.
No, well, I hear about in sports in general when it comes to older guys, they're like, oh, trying to make room for younger. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball or golf, like Phil Mickelson showed us this weekend that, hey, man, just because I'm over 50 doesn't mean I still can't play. And he can still play. That what he gave this weekend, he probably gave his all. He's probably going to be, he's probably in pain this next couple of days because he gave his all this weekend, and we saw it. And we saw that this is the Phil that we know.
That we've seen. Yeah. It's been a lot of years.
It's been a lot of years, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it. It's just he can't give it week in, tournament in, and tournament out.
Well, he's going to be 51 next month. They'd say 50, but he's really 51. I mean, he's going to, I think in like 15 days, he's going to be 51. But, I mean, it was impressive because, we talk about this a lot. I'm a guy that's always plays it forward, always be better, no matter what it is in life, in business, working out, your family life. Put the age factor out of it. Yes, you have more soreness. Yes, it's tougher. And then the other side of the coin, I mean, after it's all said and done, that course was set up perfectly for Phil, for his game. It was a narrower course. The holes weren't as far. You were able to, if you have a great short game, you're going to be successful there. You saw the big bangers didn't do well. Koepka did well. Rahm ended up coming on at the end. But you look at guys like Xander Schauffele, Thomas, Rowe. Those guys didn't even qualify. You had to be under plus five or under to qualify. They didn't even qualify because a lot of those guys are big bangers, man. And that course, it played to Phil's talent, but he used his talent. It's a very tough course. That PGA Championship and that particular course in South Carolina, it was fun to watch, right? I mean,
yes, and it was fun.
And it's fun to see the oldest guy ever to win a major, and it's a good one for the old guys.
It gives me hope for Tiger.
Is Tiger going to be back? It makes me think of Vince Carter. I was watching. They were talking about Vince's career. What did he play till, like 45? In the NBA, a tough game, and he played all those years. And this was the craziest thing. They said, "How many teammates did you have in all those years?" And he couldn't remember. And most guys have, if they stay on one team, less than 50 teammates throughout their career. He had 729 teammates in his career.
Wow. 729
teammates. So, I mean, kudos to Vince Carter. I always really respected his game and his leaping ability and how well he played. And you look at the guys that played Major League Baseball for a long time. I mean, look at Pujols now. He's
got another resurgence. It's perfect storm for Pujols because, obviously Dodgers have some injuries right now, and he's able to play on a day-to-day basis, but that also gives him stuff to work on. It gives him continuity to get better, whereas he was in and out of the lineups with the Angels. So how do you build continuity if you don't know where you're going to play next? So kudos to him. I want to see him do great, and of course, unfortunately, it has to be on the Dodgers. Because I'm looking to see San Diego continue their tear right now.
9 in a row.
Yes, 9 in a row.
They lost last night, right?
Yeah, but they're still 30 and 19 in the division.
Well, that's a tight division now.
It's a tight division because you have San Diego, LA,
and the Giants,
and then the Giants. But the Giants, I think, is more of a wake up call. They won games that they were supposed to win, but I think over time they're gonna get humbled.
Yeah.
And be the Giants that they're supposed to be, or maybe maybe this is a resurgence of the old Giants, and they may have to keep up with the competition because that's a tough division.
It's a tough division. I don't think they have enough to compete. San Diego has enough to compete. I don't think the Giants have enough pitching.
And remember, Tatis just came back.
Yeah.
Tatis was out, even though they were on this 9-game winning.
This guy belongs on another planet. I mean, the way he played over the weekend was ridiculous. I mean, you just don't play that way. And he's young and incredible. The thing about it is I laugh because, and I know, we're starting to get into baseball now, and a lot of you have your favorite teams. I happen to be a Dodger fan, Jack's a Padre fan, which is going to be very competitive throughout the year. But it kind of made me laugh because the Giants were rolling and won a bunch of games in a row and in first place. And here come the Dodgers to San Francisco for the weekend, and they swept them. Now this weekend, the Dodgers are going to play San Francisco 4 more in LA. So San Francisco's got a chance of staying in it. If they don't do well this weekend, they will lose confidence, and they know that they cannot keep up with the Dodgers. The Padres have played pretty much even with the Dodgers in their 6 games. What are they, 3-3, I think, or 4-3? It's something like that. It's close.
It's where you would consider building on that rivalry right now, because you have 2 teams that are relevant.
Yeah.
So in maybe 2 hours apart.
Yeah, 2 hours from LA, 2 hours apart. Yeah.
Minus the traffic.
Yeah, minus the traffic. That's 6 hours. But anyways, baseball is picking up. I know you all love baseball, and a lot's going on in sports right now. NBA is in full swing in the playoffs. We'll talk about that on our NBA show. We want to thank you for watching that show and watching this show, and being part of our audience and thanking us and liking us and wishing us well and sharing our shows. We ask you to continue to do that, but we don't know who your favorite baseball team is. There's some teams playing really well.
Yeah,
St. Louis, Chicago, White Sox.
AL East, they're doing well.
The Yankees are playing well.
Nah, I like the Yankees because I'm from New York, but the Mets are my team.
Yeah, they're hanging in. Again.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Hey, baby. Just so you know, we're live.
We had a call in. See somebody calling into our show. Do you have a question?
We're live on the show.
You're live.
Just to let you know that before you start talking smack about Rick.
Oh wow! Hey, who's that? Who's calling? Who's calling?
You're live on the show.
You're live on the show. What do you have a sports question for us, please?
Do I have a sports question for you?
That's what we said. Sports question. Do you have a sports quiz? See, this is what we have. Our followers are calling in all the time, folks. And here's one of our most loyal followers. Please ask us a question.
I have a sports question on the Golden Knights.
Okay, but shoot, sports.
You think they're going to make it? Think they're going to win?
Did you all hear that question?
Are the Golden Knights going to win?
They're up 3-2 going back to Minnesota. Jack, what do you think, being a hockey aficionado?
I think they're going to be able to close it. One of the things that typical fans don't realize is that closing out that 4th game is so difficult. And those teams that are basically on the brink of elimination, they play much harder, and they just find a way to win. And it's hard. It's hard to close teams out.
Very tough. And now you got to go to Minnesota. Yeah. So I mean, that's Minnesota wins it, they get to come home. But to answer your question, from my perspective, I think the Knights are one of the best teams in the National Hockey League. And I believe that their toughest rival is actually going to be Colorado. And if they beat Colorado, they'll probably win it all. Boston's pretty good. The Lightning are good. Florida's still fighting hard. We got some great teams, but I believe the Knights are as good as anybody. And watching the post-game show last night, I know they were very upset that they didn't get a job done last night at home. And they let it get away. They should have won. How many shots on goal they have in the third?
It's a second. It was like 40.
It was ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So, anyways, I'll talk to you in a little bit after the show.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate all our fans. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Go Knights, go. Well, there you go. We do have people call in, and more and more of that, and people just calling and have our phone numbers and asking us questions about what we believe in and how to bet things, and swings us right into hockey. What's going to happen here?
It's tough right now with when it comes to teams that they just supposed to close out. Of course, Avalanche, they took care of they took care of themselves, and then there's another team that end up closing out in 4 games too. Let me look. We're looking at the Jets, which was surprising for me. But they closed out the Oilers, and I was
The
like,
Jets were
wow.
very surprising, 4 straight.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I was really
but
surprised.
the question is for the next round, because when it comes to sports, continuity and routine plays a big part in winning. Are they going to be rusty first round?
Well, they're going to have a timeout. It's no different than the Avalanche. I mean, now the Avalanche are sitting around, man.
So as a bettor, would you take the Avalanche or would you take their opponent?
One of our guys, Bobby Singer, who's a top, I guess we'd call him prognosticator, knows a lot about gambling on hockey.
Especially hockey.
Especially hockey. And he's a big guy. He's in the game hard. And he told us game 1, whoever the Avalanche played at the other team, because too much rust. Has that been the case? And you think that's, well, if the Knights close out, they play Colorado, right?
Yeah.
So the Knights could close out tomorrow night, and they play Bayer, Minnesota.
They're actually going to Minnesota because they were supposed to.
They were at home last night. The first 2 are at home and home, and then you play 1 and 1. It gets, again, we talk about rest. You're not the Knights really, I believe, need some rest, but it messed it up because now, man, they got to go to Minnesota. That's not easy. You got to travel. You got to go over there. You got to play. If you lose, you come home.
But when you come home, either way, so you just go there and win and go there and play your best.
We hope so. I thought they became the dominant team, but all of a sudden they weren't the dominant team.
They were the dominant team. It's just they had lucky goals. Well, not lucky, but they had more. Their goals winning at the end of the day. But you saw the style of play. The Knights were dominant.
Oh, the Knights. I mean, we were talking about this at our production meeting yesterday. Literally in period 2 of game 2, the Knights were down 1-0 in the series. In period 2, middle period there, they just took over that game and became very dominant.
Took over the series.
Yeah, became very dominant to win 3-0, very dominant. And then, I don't know, sometimes you get a little comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
You think we got them, you think we're the better team.
You
got to give Minnesota credit, though, right?
But they were
fighting back.
Yes, but it's not like the Knights were not trying to score. It looked like they basically pitched a tent on the ice on the wild side because that's where the puck was the entire time.
It's hockey, though.
But
that's sports.
Yes, but you only need a few good looks to make that puck go in. And for Minnesota, it was more along the lines of they took quality shots rather than the quantity, and they end up the winners last night.
Who's the best hockey team you've seen in the playoffs?
It depends because
just out and out talent. Game plan, coaching.
Yeah, but you see it.
Ferociousness.
You see a team like Colorado that they can't stop scoring. So they're ultimately
they don't want to stop scoring.
You don't, but they're scoring and they're doing their thing. And then you see the Tampa Bay series where it's not 1-0.
That's a war, man.
They're both scoring
5-4. I mean, it's big scoring games, but those are 2 good hockey teams.
Yeah, even with the Jets going in overtime last night, trying to close it out.
I don't think the Jets can beat either one of them.
Hey, we never know.
I think they play.
It's not who you play; it's when you play them. So it all depends.
Well, we'll see what happens, but we've had a lot to talk about in sports, and we've moved quickly through golf and baseball and hockey now. Question that keeps sticking in my mind for this particular show, and I want to hear from you fans. We're getting close to football.
Yes. Speaking of which.
Well, let me finish. We're getting close to football. Season's going to start. We got the OTAs going on, the off-season camps. What's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? What's going to happen? I saw him on the Kenny Mayne show last night. By the way, I know you know this. Kenny Mayne, that was his last show with ESPN. What a legend. I mean, people aspire to be as good as that guy, and as funny and gregarious and creative. An incredible writer, Kenny Mayne. An incredible show host. I just want to say good luck into your future dealings. I don't know what you're going to be doing from ESPN after you leave there. I know last night was your last show, and much respect to an icon, an idol. I've always idolized Kenny. He knows so much from all kinds of sports. Great horse racing. A lot of people don't know he knows a lot about horse racing. He's a big horse racing guy, and he could do any kind of show on it, believe me, out there with any of his horse racing channels. But Kenny Mayne, God bless you. Great future to you. You've been incredible to watch on ESPN. You will be missed. You got a comment on Kenny?
For me, he reminded me of a Dan Patrick where the stuff that they do seems so
Creativity.
effortlessly though. Like it's like for me, I'm still new to this. In front of the camera. Those guys, it's like nothing.
Oh, man.
And I used to look forward to their ESPN commercials when they used to do their commercials for Sports Center.
Iconic.
Iconic. Absolutely. So to see a guy like that over the years, and obviously moving on, I could see him doing his own show like a Rich Eisen or say a Dan Patrick. So I wish him the most success and continue moving on. And guys like that, you learn so much from.
Yeah, his show last night was great. I mean, they were giving him a lot of respect and going through a lot of the things that interviews. And he does so many fun skits. That guy is just so great. I wouldn't even try to copy anything he does, and I wouldn't even try to say things he does. And
No.
It was kind of like Stuart Scott.
Yep.
Stuart Scott created so much, brought so much to ESPN. There's the talent there is incredible. It's just you look at guys like Chris Berman, how many years doing that football, and his style,
and the one
I look up to those guys. And we
season,
love having a sports show, but
the one season Berman didn't do it. It wasn't as good, and then he came back on. So back to Aaron Rodgers, I feel that they're gonna have to kiss and make up. The division is his to have. He's got a great O-line. What more do you want from the organization other than he wants more say so? He said he wasn't disrespected or whatever the case is. He didn't feel a certain
that's what
way.
he said. He didn't feel disrespected.
But guess what? You and I know better. He's trying to say the right things because at the end of the day, camp just started. So what we're gonna see is from the organization, you're gonna see them making moves. Depends on what they see Love do in the next couple of weeks, couple of days, and you heard it here first.
They keep signing quarterbacks. What are they up to? About 4 guys now?
At the end of the
Hey, the guys are signing. Come on. I don't think Love is going to be ready. It just, I don't know. Did you see the interview with him last night?
I saw takes on it. I didn't see the entire interview.
When he got serious about his life in Green Bay, he was very respectful
Of the fans.
He was very respectful of the fans, the coaches, the organization, but then he went on to say it's about people. And I didn't quite understand it. If it's somebody as the president, the ownership, the GM, if there's somebody there that is bothering him because he kept talking about in the end, you build brick by brick and it's a team, and it's just something within this organization that is bothering me and I don't want to speak about it. Well, really, what is it? I mean, he was very vague. He was not specific. And he would not. He was very coy.
But
he was very coy.
whoever he's speaking about, they know. They know it's.
Oh, they know who it is.
And
they know who he's talking to.
And the organization knows.
Yeah, somebody knows. They believe me. The organization understands, and they continue to say the right things. They're committed to him. Me personally, I don't think it's going to work out. I think that he'll sit out this season. He's that type of guy. He doesn't care.
No, he'll be.
He will sit out. I don't think he's going to be in Green Bay.
He cares about what the people think about it, and that's why he was there last.
Is that why Tom Brady left? He cared about what the people
No, he didn't.
And Foxborough thought of him.
No,
He left
Tom Brady
on his own accord.
Tom Brady cared about winning, and that's why he went to a.
Well, he wasn't going to win anymore, New England?
No, because all those years, New England was not giving him the things that he needed to do to win, as far as weapon wise, where he was able to be part of an organization that was going to give him a chance to be able to recruit and make things happen. And guess what? They were able to do that 2 consecutive years now. So he's expecting another ring. When it comes to Aaron Rodgers basically is telling us what we want to hear because he wants to go under. Like, this is going to be his last year there, and then he's going to move on after that because he's going to say, I came here, I did my best. You guys didn't give me what I needed. So now I'm asking to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
So speaking of a player that went elsewhere, the reason I had that phone call, and you notice when I had the phone call, right? Did I tell them that we're live, Jacob?
You did. We're live.
Do you know who didn't do that for Julio Jones?
Who?
Shannon Sharp, when it broke on his show. And, part of that thing with California,
he wants out. He said, I'm gone.
He said he's gone, but would
They've
he,
been trying to move him since
But
March.
would-
He said he asked for a trade in March.
but would he have said that if he knew he was live on the air?
What do you?
We don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think he knew he was live on the air talking.
Really?
Yes.
So
And
you thought they weren't live? That was
Yeah,
kind
I
of on the
don't-
QT.
yeah,
Really?
yes.
Yeah, I know. I
But-
saw that, and I was really surprised that it was on that show. And and of course, ESPN tells you everything on that little crawl we got across the bottom.
But-
I watch ESPN a lot of times, things like women's softball that I really don't want to watch, just to see what's going on in Major League Baseball and the scores, and it cracks me up. I'll watch for 10 more minutes just to get a score I want, and I'm not even interested in what's on the television. I think yesterday was Monte Carlo racing, and I'm like, the replay, you already knew who won, and I'm sitting there watching this because I want to see all this conversation about Aaron Rodgers and the interview he had with Kenny Mayne. But football's getting close. I'm getting excited. As you all know, we have a great football show. We gave a lot of winners out last year. I know a lot of our friends are vacationing now still since football season because they made so much money betting on our picks that they took extended vacations. So we'd like you to take an extended vacation. Be looking for our football show. We got an NBA show coming up. Another caller? We got another caller?
Not right now.
No? Oh, you don't want to take that caller? Oh, what are they, antagonistic? They don't like us? Somebody calling to complain about us? But I'm telling you, this show is getting blowing up, folks. Continue to watch this. This NFL stuff is coming up. We'll have another show, like I said. We got a lot going on in sports. Phil Mickelson, kudos. We respect you much. That's one for the old guys like me. I believe like him and continue to create greatness. And we all should do that no matter what the age. I don't look at the age. Just keep being who you are and being a leader. But we want to thank you very much for watching the show, particularly this sports show at this time. Get us on our NBA show. Continue to share. Watch us at YouTube. Watch us at Roku. Watch us at Apple. WWDBTV is where we do all our shows. By the way, we're opening up a new studio on the 9th. Mr. John Stiles, our producer, has been putting together a beautiful, beautiful studio in the heart of Las Vegas, and we can't wait to be in the new studio. And we'll announce that on our show on the 9th. But thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following us. Congratulations to Mr. Mickelson, not Nicholson, Pete Mickelson, and his great effort over the weekend. And we'll be looking for him to do more. And anything else you want to talk about, or you want to take another call?
No more calls.
I'm curious. You didn't take that call. What is that? Somebody wanted to tell us we're wrong and full of you know what? I know it.
Tell me I don't know.
We get all kinds of calls, mostly good, but when we're wrong on a bet, like he was wrong about taking Knicks the other night, handing it out to all his friends in Vegas.
Well, let's say
and I told him bet Atlanta, but we'll talk about that.
Let's save that for our basketball show.
Okay.
So tune in for the basketball show so then we can finish this
We can
conversation.
talk about another bet he lost. Oh, sorry. Free meal. Anyways, thanks for being on the show. We always enjoy it. I still wonder who that caller was because we take all calls, right, John? We take all calls on this show, but call us anytime. If you want our number, we can get us at WWDBTV. Easy for you to say. And John will give our number out to you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Great show. Lively as always. See us at our NBA show. God bless. Thanks for watching.